I'm pretty sure I had more to say, but that's it. Yeah. I don't know. This is some of the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. And there's another problem that's getting added to this, and this is another recent problem. I don't know if anyone's heard of this. YouTube is now doing more restrictions. YouTube is now doing a second wave of shadow bans onto a bunch of people so they can't see their content. And they're hitting specifically Roblox, Minecraft, animation again. So you might have heard about the first wave of shadow bans, where YouTube was hitting all these groups. Well, YouTube is now doubling down and trying to get more people to ID verify. They're restricting more stuff. They're trying to lock down even more aspects of YouTube behind ID verification again. This isn't just the first. We already heard about this before. Yeah. You guys heard about this before. They're doing more now. Don't know if you guys heard about that part. They're doing more to try and restrict it more. So that's fun. That's some interesting news you guys probably haven't heard yet. Or if you have, you didn't know much about. Yeah, they're doing a second wave and it's coinciding with all this dumb stuff that's happening with Roblox. And how apparently in July everyone's accounts is going to start going down. They're going to be moving to the officially quote unquote new better safe system for everybody. Yeah, no, it's not a safe system. We already know it's not. We already know it's the worst system possible. In fact, I've said this before. This is the age targeting system because each age is getting bracketed in specific brackets, specific restricted brackets. They're bracketing ages. They're putting them so that if an account is in a bracket, you only interact with that bracket or brackets basically right next to it. And underneath you underneath the kids accounts, there are so many brackets connected there, so many individual brackets too, it's stupid. So they're allowing people to attack and bad actors to target specific bracketed ages now. And here I'll slap an image on here. That's the bracketing system. Congratulations, bad actors can target individual ages basically. Well, none the company's corrupt. That's the only part of this that makes any sense. Ladies and gentlemen, Roblox is corrupted from within. The entire moderation's corrupted. The CEO is corrupted, and I'd say the investors are corrupted. The investors are morally bankrupt right now. That's what I'd say about Roblox. The issue isn't just the company. It's the people funding the company. The company is completely morally bankrupt. We all know this. We've heard so much about this already. What we don't say is that the investors are morally bankrupt. Because that's what's left. That's all that's happening. You have all these investors that are sticking around and not pushing for the right thing. No, you're pushing for an excuse. You're saying, we've age checked. So you pushed for an excuse. Let that sink in. You're not pushing for safety. You're not pushing for moderation. You're not pushing for the right thing. You're pushing for an excuse. You're pushing for something that says, I'm safe. A little plaque. You're just adding a plaque to a desk and saying, hey, this plaque means this company is safe from any bad actors. It's not. You're lying to literally everyone, including yourselves. But you don't even have to lie to yourselves or your own company, because the entire company is morally bankrupted from top to bottom to the very, and even the very highest. The funders, the investors. Yes, the highest isn't the CEO, it's the investors. Because guess what? The investors vote on things. The investors agree to things. And if the investors wanted to do moderation, Roblox would do moderation. Trust me, investors have a lot more power in a lot of these orgs than you think. But still, CEO definitely ain't doing the right thing, but he was put there. If the investors wanted him gone, he'd be gone. Look it up. You don't believe me? Look it up. How about that?